Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com. In this video, I'm going to show you the 7 best sites to make money freelancing. So if you want to start a business on the side or full-time and you want to sell your services, which is one of the fastest ways to start your first business, then I'm going to show you the best places that you can do this. There's different ones that range in different areas of income, different types of customers that you would attract, and different ways to separate yourself from the others. So the first one you might want to consider, especially if you're starting out, is Fiverr. And Fiverr is a place that started where you basically got everything for like $5, $10, $20. Everything was like a multiplication of 5. Everything was pretty affordable, very cheap, different services, and all kinds of people go to Fiverr. That's why they have so much traffic, and it's a great way to start out. Now, you're not going to have a lot of big name clients here. You're not going to have a lot of people usually with huge budgets that are looking to hire you for a huge project. Usually these are smaller projects. Now, you can do gigs all the way up to a few $100s each now because they've expanded, but you still have to start out when you first become a seller doing like $5 and $10 jobs and stuff like that. So if you want to become a seller, you would go up here to the top right corner, click become a seller. I'll show you an example of what some of these look like. So for instance, if you picked writing and translation in that category, there's also subcategories. So you have business copywriting, blog posts, translation, and things like that. So just for the sake of an example, this is kind of what you look like. You show up in search results, so you obviously want to use a little SEO in your description of your gig, but they talk about what level of a seller you are, how many reviews you have, your overall review rating. You can do a video of yourself talking about what you do, and that can help you get more clients. But for instance, if you were to look at this one, and you can see kind of what you get. You have $5 package, $10 package, $100 package. You can get it delivered faster for an additional fee. So it's very straightforward of what you do. You go through and you pick who you want to hire instead of you putting out a listing like we'll talk about with some of the other ones. And instead of putting out a listing and having people apply and then interviewing them for the job, you basically go to the person who's the freelancer, hire them, and then go back and forth, and everything's taken care of through the platform. You get paid via PayPal as the freelancer. So that's basically how Fiverr works, and it's a great place with lots of traffic to start out at, and it makes a really good side gig, maybe even full-time if you do it right. Number 2 is Upwork, and Upwork is a little more of a high-end site. In other words, you will have more customers that have bigger pockets. They have more to spend. They typically will want bigger projects in many cases than, say, Fiverr. So instead of doing like $5, $10, $20 jobs, $100 jobs, you might be doing something for a few $100s or a few $1,000s on Upwork. They have things like checkpoints that you go through where you have a certain amount of the work done by a certain time for the checkpoint, and you get paid for that. So you can divide it up. And there's a messaging platform where you talk back and forth with them, and everything's taken care of through Upwork. Upwork is one of the top freelancing sites. They actually bought out Elance, if you've used Elance before, so they combined and they've gotten even bigger. You may have even known Upwork to be called Odesk, which is what it used to be called. But you can say go to a category. Now, you have bigger projects here in many cases, so you could say hire a ghostwriter here to write a book for you. You could hire someone to develop an app for you or a rough draft of one. You could have people do virtual assistant work for you, develop a website for you, or even create a piece of software for you. You could even have people develop a prototype of some type of product you might want to sell in the future. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. So if I were to just go to any random category, they have subcategories and things like that as well. But you can see kind of how they make money and kind of the pay rate. So you'll see $30 an hour, $30 an hour, 25, 25. There's other ones as well. $54 an hour, $50 an hour. So in many cases, these people make more money than they would doing the same stuff at a job. So it can really pay off. It can be a full-time gig if you do it right. So become a freelancer by going up here, clicking this button in the top right to work with Upwork. Number 3 is Guru. Guru, like Upwork, will have more high-end clients, and you can go here. If you go to the home page, then you can see that you can either post a job or search freelance services, and you can see that they are a legitimate site because they've done 1.5 million members. They have 1 million jobs completed, $200 million paid to gurus or freelancers, and you can find a job here. You can post a job here. You can see how it works. It's going to have all kinds of categories, as you can see, very similar categories across all freelance sites. And you can even post a job for free. So that's one thing that attracts a lot of people to guru.com, is the fact that you can post a job for free. So this is kind of how it works. You manage jobs from anywhere. You have different devices that you can do this on. You pay only when the job is done well and things like that. So it's very much an all-in-one platform. You get paid quickly and securely, and they use SafePay to do that. So they also are associated with PayPal, so they make it easy for you to collect your income as a freelancer. So if you wanted to say find a job, you could go here, see what's up for jobs right now. You also, one thing I really like about Guru is you get to see how much the person hiring has spent on guru.com. So they show that, some of these people have hired here before, so they are probably more likely to follow through than maybe some of these new people. But either way, you get reviewed for how well your work is done, and you can do it by location. You can work with people around the world, just like an Upwork, and it's just a solid platform, much like Upwork. So if you want higher end clients, things like that, you might try Guru or Upwork especially. Number 4, you can make your own website. So the reason I included this is sometimes it's better to just go out on your own and have people come to your website where you are the only option to hire. So if you develop a good name for yourself, this would be better even than doing other freelance sites, because you keep 100% of the money. You don't have to pay a commission or anything to a site like Fiverr or Upwork, and you can build up your website and build up a larger brand. You could even make your website known to local search for Google and other search engines, to where you can get local clients as well. So you get a lot more options if you create your own website. So I've created a page where you can see how to set one up. Just click start a blog on selfmadesuccess.com. You'll come to this page, how to start a WordPress blog in 3 steps on Bluehost hosting. I chose Bluehost because they have a really solid customer service. They have very cheap rates. It's like $3 or $4 a month to have everything. They include a domain in many cases when you sign up. So you have pretty much everything you need for a professional site, and it's very affordable. So you can set it up very quickly just by following this tutorial. But having your own website, WordPress runs about 30% of the entire internet, and they pretty much cover all the major blogs and websites. So for instance, mine is built on WordPress. Say Neil Patel, very well-known marketer, All his sites are built on WordPress. You have all these major brands that are built on WordPress, even big news sites and things like that. So that would be probably the way to go as far as creating your own brand, but you might want to start out on one of these other sites until you've kind of built up a customer base. Number 5 is freelancer.com. So this is another general freelance site where you can hire people, and it's very simple. You say I want to work or I want to hire. Obviously, for the sake of this video, you would click I want to work. So when you do that, you could sign up with Facebook, which is very quick, or you can do it traditionally with your email. You can browse jobs, apply for work. So it's kind of like how Upwork and Guru are. You see the work available, you apply for it, you get hired and can earn money. So the three, kind of big freelance sites that are going to have people who have money to spend on your work are going to be like freelance.com, Upwork, and Guru. Now, there is another one I'm about to mention in a little bit, but it's a little different, and it's going to be different type of clientele. But these are some of the top categories. As you can see the star rating, the cost of the job, and kind of just search what they have out there. So you can sign up, and then you can start looking at these jobs, and they have 24/7 support, time tracking. They have a mobile app so you can check on stuff like that. They have a messaging platform for free where you can chat with people, basically like texting them. And they have a way you can show them samples. So it's a very solid platform, and they do get quite a bit of traffic. They are ranked 1,389 in the entire world in terms of traffic. If you want to compare them to how much traffic maybe the other ones have, for instance, Guru has 11,000 in the world in terms of traffic, still very high, and 475 in the world for Upwork. So as far as that goes, Fiverr 465. So Fiverr and Upwork have the most traffic. They're very close in terms of traffic. And then it would be freelance.com, then it would be Guru. But all of them have plenty of opportunities for you, and are fairly easy to sign up with. You just got to create your profile and fill it out. Number 6 is 99 Designs. The thing about 99 Designs is if you want to do graphic design, you might have a lot better luck going here, because 99 Designs is completely based on graphic design. So it's all about designing labels, packaging, t-shirts, hats, wraps for vehicles, all kinds of stuff like that. You can even design logos, book covers, illustrations for books, pretty much anything along those lines. This is where people go to get the best work done. So they do pay very well. If you want to look at the pricing to get an idea of how much people tend to pay when they hire people at 99 Designs, there you go. The cheapest one is $300 or so. So, they have logo design, they have all kinds of stuff, book covers, brochures, car, truck, or van wrap, all kinds of things that you could specialize in, or you could do all of them and just be an overall designer. But what you do is they have competitions basically when people work and they want to hire somebody to do designs for them, and you compete with other freelance designers to give them the best draft of what they want. So you try to take what they describe and then create what you would think is what they would want. They also have one-on-one projects. They also have smaller group projects. So depending on the package they do, depends on how many designers are going to be competing. And like I said, if people like you and your style as a particular designer, they can hire you specifically. So when you go to the bottom of the page in the footer area, you can click Become a Designer. and that is where you sign up. You just click join now, or you can find out more if you want, and you can look at kind of what it does, some testimonials there, and you can build your portfolio. And just, if you enjoy graphic design, then you can do this for a side business or for a living if you work with 99 Designs. And it's nothing but graphic design stuff, so you don't have to try and stand out on a huge website where it's all kinds of different freelancers. So if you want to do that, you can be a high-end graphic designer on 99 Designs. And last but not least is TopTool. So the thing about TopTool that kind of separates it from the other freelance sites is they work with bigger clients. They work with the biggest companies like JP Morgan, Airbnb, Hewlett Packard. These are not just sites that like mention them. These are actually some of the sites that you can work with. They are major companies, and you have to go through a more rigorous check of who you are, what your expertise are, how qualified are you to get accepted, because this is only for top talent. So that is how they separate themselves from other freelance sites. You are hiring top talent. You can apply as a freelancer. You don't just sign up and create your own profile like you would on, say, Fiverr or Upwork or some of the others. You actually have to get accepted. So if you feel like you're really good at a particular skill that you want to do for a living and do for major companies, TopTool is how you can get the next level, the top level of clients as a freelancer, working with big companies that have big budgets. So TopTool, they talk about, the top 3% of talent. They talk about, why they do this, and they really explain well that, for the top companies, they're looking for very specific people. They don't want to have to sort through all these regular freelancers. So you would apply here as a freelancer, enter in all this information, and go through the process, and hopefully you can get accepted. And this is kind of like the top level of freelancing. So you might start out, if you want to really build a freelance career, that's what you want to do. I would say start out with something like Fiverr, work your way up to Upwork and Guru and freelancer.com. You may even put your profile on all three of them. Then you might, of course, if you're in graphic design specifically, you would do 99 Designs, but many of you probably aren't doing graphic design. You would create your own website probably after you've gotten good on Upwork and, have a place for all your clientele to come directly to you without having to search through all those websites. That way you would be able to keep 100% of what you make. And then top level, if you want to go to a site that has a lot of traffic and is going to be able to get you in front of bigger clients and open up more doors for you as a freelancer, then you could go to TopTool, and that's kind of the top of the line work for freelancing. So other than that, that's about it for this video. Those are the 7 best freelancing sites out there right now. And if you got something from this video, if you feel like you learned something, please like and subscribe so I can create more videos like this for you. Also, if you want to let me know what you thought about the video or mention some other freelancing sites that maybe you thought I should have mentioned, etc., let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you and get your feedback. And also, the show notes, links to these pages, related content to this video, and things like that will all be on one page for you at selfmadesuccess.com in the coming days. And I'll get a link in the description soon for that show notes page for you. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you a little bit, and I hope you have a great day.